be talking about age-friendly universities and how universities can lead the way in age inclusivity. I do want to give recognition to the University of Hawaii and to the Barbara Cox Anthony Endowment for Aging for helping to sponsor these webinar series for ACAP. Before we start, I always give a brief overview of what ACAP is. We're not even a nonprofit. We're just a voluntary organization with a mission to share friendship and best practices for active aging. There are no dues, but we're gerontologists, geriatricians, service providers that like to get together and learn from each other about active aging. We have a quarterly bulletin, we have monthly webinars, and when we can, we get together for conferences. We have about 1,400 members around the world. Of course, they're primarily in the Asia Pacific region. And I need to add Sri Lanka to this map because we do have very dedicated members from Sri Lanka. I will add that. And Arizona now, too, with Aaron. This is our series for the year. We started off with information about our Fukuoka conference that we held in March. We learned in February, learned about a book that one of our members wrote or compiled about doctors' moments when they felt, when they did cry. And it was a very touching session. In April, we learned about respite and green spaces in Australia. And right now we're at age-friendly universities. So you can see some of our topics going forward, including I'm very excited to know about this active aging in Taiwan in September. So you can see that sometimes we go to different places and focus on a country, and other times it is about a topic like intergenerational programming. So I have been hosting these webinars since COVID. And so it is, I am so happy that I am now able to turn over the host position to our colleagues in Thailand and in Indonesia. So starting next month, under the leadership of Dr. Kasorn Sumpalthong at Thammasat University, they will be hosting starting next month. And then in the new year, the University of Respati, under the leadership of Dini Augustin, will be sponsoring. So this is very exciting for me, and I hope that you will continue to come to our webinars series hosted by our different members. And next month, I do invite you to the June ACAP webinar, and this will be organized by Thammasat University. And they're going to be, these individuals be exploring an ultra-aged society. So these individuals took tours of the Goto Islands in Japan, and these villages there have very few young people. The young people have really left these islands to seek their fortunes in Tokyo and the other big cities, and have left primarily older people living on their own in these villages. But they've come up with some really, really innovative ways to keep things going and to make life livable. And you can see here medical delivery initiatives by drones, technology and tourism, the challenges for mobilizing the community to support aging, and so forth. So this will be a very exciting webinar. So today's webinar, we have more than 75 people registered from 14 countries. They don't all come. Some send their AI note takers, and others look at the video afterwards. We do record these and we post the videos on our website and our YouTube channel. So these, all of our recordings are available. So now it is my great pleasure to turn this program over to our moderator, Dr. Aaron Guest. He's a social environmental gerontologist. He's the inaugural assistant professor of aging at the Center for Innovation and Healthy and Resilient Aging at the Edison College of Nursing and Health Innovation at Arizona State University. But the reason that he is here is he's currently serves on the leadership committee of the Age-Friendly University Global Network. And he is the regional lead for all of North America, which is very, very impressive. So I'm going to stop now and turn it over to Aaron, who will be introducing our guests and the program. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
thank you so much. We look forward to presenting with you today. I will be joined by Helene Fong, who is a professor in the Department of Psychology and the executive director for the Center for Positive Social Science at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Um, Professor Fong examines motivations and cognition across adulthood. I will also be joined by Dr. Nancy Panchana, who's a clinical geropsychologist, neuropsychologist, and professor of clinical geropsychology in the School of Psychology at the University of Queensland, Australia. She's the program lead for the Age-Friendly University initiatives at UQ, as well as serves on as the AFU Oceania lead and the AFU Global Network Executive Council. We're really excited today to share with you an overview of the Age-Friendly University Global Network, and I will actually get my slides pulled up. We'll take about 13 minutes apiece to discuss the different activities, but hopefully you can all see my slides now. Wonderful. And so my name is Dr. Aaron Guest, and as is mentioned, I serve as the chair of the Secretariat of the Age-Friendly University Global Network. When we talk about age-friendly universities, it can get confusing. An age-friendly university is an institution of higher education that has endorsed the 10 principles of an age-friendly university. And the Age-Friendly University Global Network is the global network of age-friendly universities that work together for a more age-inclusive world. The Age-Friendly University Global Network was established in 2012 with the development of the 10 principles of an age-friendly university, with the global network itself launching in 2014. In 2023, the Global Secretariat moved from Dublin City University, where the 10 principles were developed, to Arizona State University, where it's remained since. We have over a decade of history in the development of the 10 principles, as well as growth of the membership model. A question we often get is why focus on higher education for age-friendly activities? And the answer is that higher education is really a microcosm of society. It serves as the civic engagement and civic leadership hubs that develop the leaders of tomorrow. It provides workforce preparation and development, as well as research and innovation that drives positive aging developments. They host cultural enrichment opportunities and health promotion and wellness opportunities for the population, as well as centers for economic growth and development. At the same time, we all know that higher education is changing. There's a decline in the traditional student population and rising diversity in students, as well as population and community aging. We also see different flexible learning pathways developing, as well as increased access. And so as institutes of higher education are undergoing this transformation, our goal through the 10 principles of an age-friendly university is to ensure that age inclusivity and age friendliness are included in those activities. And really to tear down the walls that have often existed within the academy and the community to make universities really centers of aging inclusivity and excellence. The 10 principles were developed by an international cohort of age-friendly leaders. And they include things such as ensuring that older adults are involved in all the core activities of the university, including educational and research programs, helping individuals to develop second careers, recognizing the range of educational needs of older adults, from those who seek lifelong learning or continuing education, all the way to those who seek master's or PhD qualifications, to really promote intergenerational learning between the generations and process and reciprocal sharing of expertise between all learners. Oh,
Wait, did I freeze or did Aaron
uh,
freeze?
oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We lost you.
Oh
Uh,
no, sorry about that.
yes. Number six. Start at number six.
Yeah. So, really, to ensure that universities' research agendas are informed by the needs of aging society and that we're able to promote ongoing discourse between the interests of older adults and their activities. In this way, we're wanting to ensure that there's an ongoing conversation between what universities are researching and doing and the actual needs of the older population. We're also wanting to help students understand the longevity dividend and how this longevity dividend is really increasing the complete complexity and richness of our society, and how it opens up new opportunities for innovation and intervention and careers. We also want to make sure, in keeping with the tearing down of the university's range of walls, that older adults are able to make use of the university's range of health and wellness opportunities, programs and arts, as well as cultural activities. That we want to make sure that the individuals are able to engage with their own retired community, and that the university is engaging their retired faculty and staff in novel ways that keep them connected to campus, and overall, to like we're doing today, to ensure that there's dialogue with organizations that represent the interest of aging populations across the globe. How this has looked over the last year is that we have over 126 members representing 22 countries, covering over 213,000 faculty, with over 4,000 students are at an age-friendly university campus. Tomorrow, the age-friendly executive council will meet and will review applications from 7 more universities. The continued growth of the network has been wonderful to witness, and we're continuing to seek out new partners. And these are our active members. We, of course, have active members who are not necessarily engaged right now. One of the questions we often get asked is about what are the principles that we see most engaged at our partner institutions. And while my two co-presenters will share more about what's going on within the Oceanic region, as well as at their own institutions, I can say from the Global Secretariat perspective, what we really see is a lot of engagement with the Principle 1, which is the engagement of older adults in the core activities of the university. Principle 6, which is engaging older adults in an informed and active research agenda. So not just research on older adults, but research for older adults. A focus on intergenerational learning, really highlighting the connections between what we would consider traditional students and non-traditional students, and developing opportunities to bring older adults onto campus in new and exciting ways. For example, here at Arizona State University, we actually have a retirement community that is physically located on our Tempe campus, on the corner of a very busy street, very busy kind of part of the university, that provides opportunities for students to engage with older adults on a daily basis. And then Principle 7, addressing the longevity dividend, really highlighting the unique role that aging societies have in increasing economic opportunities, both for individuals who are aging as well as for those who are starting their careers. We do this through the Age-Friendly University Global Network, where we age to support universities to promote positive and active aging. Through the global network, we offer a series of regional forums and regional groups, including in Africa, Oceania, Asia, as well as North, South America, and Europe. We also have active working groups that are focused on answering questions around policy, best practices, and connecting similar universities together so that they can collectively work towards increasing age inclusivity and age friendliness. We also work to we will be launching a new database of best practices and resources in the coming months that aim to provide a place for individuals to access those tools that may be beneficial for their own journey as an age-friendly university or to increase age-friendly practices on their own campus. Particularly, I think of one university which sought out information about how to work with their registrar to make it easier for older adults to register for classes, as an example. We also have monthly newsletters, try to host regular educational opportunities, as well as support university collaboration through mentorship programs between individual institutions. And then we also provide, some of the more traditional secretariat services, including marketing and media resources to help promote your age-friendly university status. We often get asked how to become a member, and I always say it's about easy as 4 steps. The first one is you really want to develop an age-friendly university committee, which is tasked with identifying those activities and programs on your campus which align with the 10 principles. What we often find is that this is an opportunity that really galvanizes the university to focus on older adults and really provides an opportunity for individuals to learn about what's going on their campus. Often there are things going on that people are not even aware about, and that they're able to bring these groups together to really focus on aging. We then encourage them to document and assess and document this. It does require a letter from university administration, and then you submit your endorsement application, which is then reviewed by the executive council. When we talk about assessment and documentation, we really think about this in 2 ways. We require evidence of activities around at least 2 of the principles, and this can be both in the form of existing programming and activities with the aim of supporting new opportunities, or even planned or future activities your institute is advancing. Through this, we really want to encourage the development of institutions of higher education who might not have active programming to identify new ways that they can make their campuses more age inclusive and invite older adults onto campus. I encourage you, and I'll put this in the chat, to sign up for our newsletter. You can sign up for it at afugn.org. Stay connected. And some common questions that we're often asked is that membership is open to all institutions of higher education who undergo the endorsement process. There is no cost to join the Age-Friendly University Global Network. And we normally hear from our members, it takes about 3 months to undergo the endorsement process. We also host virtual interns and practicum students, as well as aim to work with institutions of higher education to provide resources and support where we can. I encourage you all to visit our website, afugn.org, to learn more, or you're more than welcome to reach out to me at either aaron.guest@afugn.org or aaron.guest@asu.edu. You can also find us on LinkedIn and on YouTube, where we upload regular activities, webinars, and meetings that we host. And with that, I really want to turn it over now to my colleagues, starting with Helene, Dr. Fong, to provide an overview of what is going on at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Oh, there we go. And so I will now turn it over to Dr. Fong.
Well, thank you for that very nice introduction. Let me try to share my screen. Can you see my PowerPoint? Okay, right? Is the PowerPoint okay?
We can see it, yes.
We can see it, yes.
Oh, good. Okay, great. Okay, let me start. So first of all, thank you for that very nice introduction. Let me emphasize that one affiliation that was listed in the introduction, which I want to highlight, is that I'm the Deputy Director of our Institute of Aging. I mean, that turns out to be relatively important because that is the arm that we use to basically organize all activities that we have on campus about aging. That include surveying all aging-related activities from different units of our university, and also in having kind of like a general summaries about all research that we are conducting across different units on aging. So the goal of that Institute of Aging is to, well, to the extent possible, help to extend older adults' time of being healthy and active to enrich our own lives. And then other than that Institute of Aging, even before joining the Age-Friendly University Initiative, we have been a member of the WHO Age-Friendly Cities. Again, they have their 7 principles, and then we joining hand with other universities in Hong Kong to survey our different districts to see whether they conform to those principles, and then give recommendations when they do not. We also have an online platform that allows older adults themselves to put in their street address to get information about their district, and also to access services and facilities if they feel like there is some aspects of their life or of their environment that are not consistent with the age-friendly city principles. Then, when the Age-Friendly University Initiative comes along, we found that it might be a good opportunity for us to join that so that we can learn from the best practices of other universities, and also to make friends with other universities who see aging as one of their top priorities. Given that the 10 principles have been thoroughly discussed by the previous presentation, I won't repeat them, except that I should just say our own university, that's the Chinese University of Hong Kong, joined the Age-Friendly University Global Network in September 2024. After we joined the network, we tried to make use of this opportunity to further consolidate our existing efforts on campus that are related to aging. Like, for example, I just mentioned a while ago that we have been a partner of that Age-Friendly City initiative, so we put those in. Then we also have been running an end-of-life center for a number of years that try to train medical professionals about how to break the news about, you know, someone may have terminal illnesses to that individual and families. We link that. Then we have our district, you can call it an outreach arm, in which we have an NGO called Credenza. For those who play music, you know that Credenza is the last note that you end on, right? And that is about how to like enable older adults in the community to participate in our activities, and also to serve some of their needs. And finally, we have an e-health platform that was a new development from our Age-Friendly City platform that allow people to just say, oh, I may have whatever issue, such as my tooth hurting. Then you type it in, it gives you information about, well, does it have anything to do with the tooth itself? How about the gum? How about is your diet? How about is your health habits? How about is your lifestyle? And so on and so forth, to get information to track down what exactly their issue is. If they eventually need professional help, there is also referral services. But more often than not, they actually can manage most of the problems themselves. Then we link all those in this age-friendly university network. And then in order to do so, we first ask people what they really want to see for our age-friendly university initiative. Again, we start with the 10 principles, but then we condense them because it's very hard for people to look at 10 different things, right? So we actually group those into different categories, and then also lump some principle together into larger principle. Then we actually survey our own stakeholders, mainly older adults in our community, as to what they really consider to be more important. And here is what we found. So in terms of the categories, basically they value intergenerational learning the most. What you see here is the percentage of number one means the percentage of people who rank that category as of the top priority. And the percentage of top three means that those are the percentage of participants who weigh that particular category as one of their top three priorities. But it doesn't matter which indicator. You can see that the top percentages are held by intergenerational learning, and then also by health and well-being activities. So it seems like, at least according to our own stakeholders, those are the two things that they care about the most and hope to see in our age-friendly university initiative. Then when we get to specific principles, we see that the top one is this one about being able to recognize the range of educational needs of older adults. So they see this recognition and awareness of the educational needs of older adults as what they want us to do the most. The second one is to ensure that our research agenda is informed by the needs of the aging society. Again, because we are a research-intensive university, so it makes sense that we are doing research in all sorts of areas, and then they want us to make sure that our research are informed by the needs of our aging societies. So those are the top ones that they care about. The not so important one is actually engagement with our university's retired community, and also have regular dialogue with organizations that represent the interests of older adults. I mean, some people still endorse them, but not by much. And then they are not in the top priorities of any of the of our stakeholders. So with that in mind, we start our activities. Oh, I should say that other than the 10 principles, our own participants also spontaneously suggested some additional principle. Like, first of all, they actually want us to have transportation arrangement for people with limited mobility, because our campus is a very hilly campus. So it's very hard to go to the top of the mountain on foot. So they want us to make sure we provide transportations to adjust that needs. Also, our stakeholders are super worried that what happens if some older adults have some illnesses or heart attack or some kind of emergency when they are visiting our campus or participating in our activities. So they want us to have safety resources. And last but not least, they want us to cultivate an age-friendly atmosphere through education, so that older adults can feel that they are truly welcome when they visit the campus. What they mean is that they want us to make sure that our students, maybe our supporting staff, maybe our like bus drivers, understand the needs of older adults, so that they won't feel like they are aliens when they visit our campus. And so again, those are the things that we'll keep in mind. So the first thing that we did is that we have a network of Aging Well for All. So that is basically a network in which we recruit older adults in our community to participate in our activities. And in that network, they join some of our classes. For example, this is a class on climate changes. We organize tools for them. Like, for example, one tool is about visiting different buildings in Hong Kong and look at the housing design. And then another one that I think Nancy would like is to go to Maipo to watch the birds, to look at the biodiversities of Hong Kong. Then they also contribute to our research by, well, you probably know that right now participatory research is getting more and more important. So we invite them to give comments to our research topics, our research design. And then right now there's also billions of dollars being spent on making geotechnology. So our participants also comment on those design and give advices. We even have property developers getting our group to help them to advise on how to build multi-story buildings that fulfill the needs of older adults. Then they are also doing empowerment workshop. Like for example, this is a workshop about end of life. So people want to be in charge. People want to decide on their own ways of passing away. And then this is a workshop to gather efforts to work toward that initiative. By now, we have over 1,200 members in this network. Every month, we have a monthly newsletter. We also link our activities with similar activities organized by our district health centers. Those are government health centers that are supposed to provide primary care in different units. And also, we are in good connections with other NGOs that provide activities for older adults. So we document both our own activities and their activities for our members to choose from. And then we also have Facebook and other kind of social media. Let me just quickly end by some highlight. Like for example, this is one competition in which people come into our campus to take pictures. And then one winning picture is about like an older adult dressed brightly against the backdrop of our university. Another one is about some grandparents came millions of miles to visit students on our campus, and then their picture were taken. There are also activities in which we invite older adults to use our museum for climate change or our museum for Cantonese opera. I mean, Hong Kong may actually be the only area where you get lots of information about Cantonese opera. We also organize our campus tours in terms of different kind of routes. So some routes are relatively easy to do. Others look at history and culture. Others look at nature, so that people who come to our campus can take those routes and get those information. Those who want to stay longer can actually do a summer camp on our campus. And then we also have research in which we invite older adults to come in. This is a particular research on how to reduce the technological divide between younger and older adults. So older adults can come in with their own grandchildren, or if they do not have anyone to go with them, we can pair them with one of our university students. And the diet visit different parts of our campus, and there are different checkpoints for them to know how to use Google Map. In fact, I should say that we take them to the top of our hill by taxi, but they have to find their way back. And throughout the entire process, they learn the different way to use Google Map. They end up feel more positive. They are eventually having greater acceptance to technology. Some of them also report some enhancement in their navigation skills. So that is how we combine our activities with our research project on campus. So I think that's all for the information that I would like to highlight. Please feel free to contact me if you have further questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fung. I will now turn over to my colleague Nancy, who serves as the Oceanic Regional Lead.
All right, I'm just sharing my slides. Okay, so it is always a hard act to follow Helene and the wonderful Chinese University of Hong Kong, because they're doing a million things and doing them super well. So please reach out to them because they are just fantastic. But I'm here today to talk about my university, the University of Queensland. So I'm Nancy Pahana, and I'm the chair of our Age-Friendly University Steering Committee, and I'm also the director of Age-Friendly University Initiatives at UQ. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of a whistle-stop tour of what we're doing at UQ. But as is traditional for us in Australia, I'm going to do a quick acknowledgement of country. So the University of Queensland acknowledges the traditional owners and their custodianship of the lands on which we meet today and where all of us are meeting. All of us have First Nations people that were living there once. We pay our respects here to the ancestors of our First Nations people and their descendants who continue cultural, spiritual, scientific, teaching, all sorts of connections to country. We recognize their valuable contributions to Australian and global society, and in particular, their ability to transmit knowledge between generations. So when we decided to become an age-friendly university 5 years ago, I took the opportunity to stress to my colleagues and especially the UQ Executive Committee that this was the UN Decade of Healthy Aging, and it behooved us to really grasp this opportunity to join the Age-Friendly University Global Network. Already, many of our partner institutions were in that network, and I really felt that it could be a mechanism of change, a lever of change in our university. I also stress that the Age-Friendly University initiative is part of the larger World Health Organization Age-Friendly World or Age-Friendly Ecosystem that encompasses age-friendly public health systems, age-friendly cities, which is probably the piece that most people are familiar with, and of course includes universities. And as Aaron so articulately said, there's many, many reasons why due to changing demographics and all sorts of changes in the times we live in, that becoming more age-friendly is a good thing for the university to consider. I'll say that what has been a major boon to us is that UQ already had a very strong portfolio of equity, diversity, and inclusion committees. And that includes our ally committee, disability inclusion groups, cultural, gender committees, and of course, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. And so the Age-Friendly University Initiative was able to slot into this committee and have direct conversations with UQ Senate and really be able to reach out to all the different parts of the organization, not just parts that were, say, community engagement or student engagement, but departments that have an influence on everybody that works at the university, whether it's the IT department, HR, philanthropy and advancement. So we're able to communicate with them and they're able to ask us questions and communicate with us. So I wanted to give the bulk of my talk to really talking about our age-friendly university initiatives at UQ. And in the 5 years we've been going, we've done quite a few things. As with Helene's university, we have already an existing healthy aging clinic that is both used by older adults in the Brisbane area to come and get all sorts of health advice, but also it's used as a training center for our nursing and allied health students like psychologists and occupational therapists. So we had some existing programs like that before we became age friendly, but these are the initiatives that we really developed with our committee and with input from all different sectors of the university. So in Australia, people who a lot of people come to university sort of as they do everywhere, from high school, but people who are coming to university after some period of working, or maybe they're switching careers and coming back to university, they're called non-school leavers. So they're essentially everybody but high school students. And a lot of those people felt really alienated when they came to campus. They felt like maybe they were too old at 35 to, come to campus, or they have kids or other things that are happening. So we did a big project to improve their orientation to the university. And then in the human resource area, we had modules training new staff on sexism and racism. And so we developed a module on age inclusion and ageism that all new staff, and we're trying to get it expanded so that all new students can view this content as well. We have a lot of very engaged emeritus professors, as they do at Arizona State. And so They've been engaging all across the university in various mentoring and grant readership committees. And we're really hoping to grow that beyond just emeritus professors and make it so anybody who is a former employee of the university could give back, could volunteer, could be kept up there on events and keep up their connection with the community of UQ. We have a super engaged law school, and a bunch of professors at the law school developed this really cool caregiver support program. We have all sorts of leave at UQ, like cultural leave and grandparents leave even. But sometimes caregiver leave is, you either think of it as child care leave or maybe for someone who's sick, but not for maybe an older parent who's suffering from dementia. And so this group offers support for those people who are dealing with that issue among our employees and among our students. We also have a virtual research network across the university for researchers and PhD students and postdoctoral students that are involved in research on aging topics. And in a lot of areas of the university, these students feel quite isolated. They are not aware of other people doing these sorts of topics. And yet these topics are often so interdisciplinary and interprofessional. So it's this been a really good sounding board for people to find their tribe amongst aging researchers at UQ. So we have quarterly hybrid meetings featuring lots and lots of cookies, which maybe doesn't encourage healthy aging, but anyway, lots of cookies. And then we've done a lot of outreach with two primary national organizations in Australia, Council on the Aged, which is a policy sort of think tank that speaks a lot about issues, for example, rising homelessness among older women, and does a lot of policy briefs for the Australian government. And then the University of the Third Age, many people are aware that this is an initiative that developed in France and has spread pretty much throughout the world, where peers, older adults, teach other older adults in an educational setting. And sometimes it's very informal. It could be in someone's house. It could be in a community center. In some countries, it's much more formal, like France and, for example, Switzerland, where it's actually university folk giving these sorts of educational opportunities. And so they work with us, both of these organizations, on various initiatives. And then I'm really pleased to say we have become the world's first dementia-friendly university. We at UQ partnered with Dementia Australia, which is the peak body speaking for and with people living with dementia. And this was we do a lot of research at UQ on dementia, everything from primary mechanisms behind dementia to things that help people who are living with dementia and their care partners to deal with the illness. So we wanted to make sure that there are systems in place to make sure that, we're working with people. We're not doing things to people. We're always working with people, doing a lot of co-design, teaching students that are new to this area. And I've given, and my slides are also available for people if they want them, but this is a lot of the information I've said today is on our website. A lot of people ask, what does it mean to be a dementia-friendly university? And basically, it's sort of the same as an age-friendly university. You really want the value proposition to be that aging brings benefit to the community and society, that people living with dementia have a right to full participation in the community. So at UQ, we try to involve people living with dementia, their care partners and their families, in these sorts of initiatives like this action plan, but also lots of research plans around the university. We make a commitment to feeding back what our actions and accountability is in terms of, say, making the environment more dementia friendly. We're definitely trying to raise awareness in both the Age Friendly and the Dementia Initiative about the stigma of ageism, the stigma of dementia, to reduce this and to reduce discrimination. basically to provide a welcoming and socially engaging environment for people. Whether a person living with dementia comes to the campus to watch their granddaughter graduate, to participate in a research study, to be part of a research committee, we want their experience to be pleasant. And we want to, in terms of the physical environment, have an accessible and safe physical environment. We also have a couple of teaching initiatives. We involve emeritus faculty teaching into a first-year science program to sort of tell people what it's like to be a scientist in the real world. And the first-year students love it. And even though it's a volunteer program, they all come every week. I was part of setting up a design course in the School of Architecture that prepares design and architecture students to build community inclusive aged care places and spaces. So that's nursing homes and retirement communities. And again, it's a very popular course. We're starting to introduce age-friendly content into tutor training programs so that, they have some content about, again, racism and sexism, and we want to make sure the tutors are sensitive to age as an issue when they're doing tutoring for our students. We have lots of new scholarships and initiatives trying to attract philanthropy to have people studying specific things. It could be healthy aging, could be some aspect of dementia. And of course, like everyone else has said, we have webinars and activities throughout the year. So I'll stop there and I thank you very much for your attention. Very happy to receive emails and very happy to take questions.
Thank you both for your presentations. And I'll turn it over to you, Dr. Braun.
Well, thank you very much. This was fascinating. And I am at a university myself, so I was taking a lot of notes. If you don't, it's open for questions, but if you don't mind, I'd like to call on Pei Li from Monash. I know you do a lot of intergenerational stuff and research with older people. Are you part of this network? And
Thank you so much, Catherine, for inviting me to speak. This is really interesting session to me because I never really know about this initiative. I would really want to be part of it. I will be in touch with Aaron to see how we could join the network. And thank you so much for Professor Helena and Professor Nancy from UQ talking about that. I actually visited Monash, Melbourne just February. Yeah, so it's quite nice to know that you have done a lot of work in UQ. I'm very interested in the design course that you mentioned just now. Is it an elective for all students, or the students is only for the architecture faculty?
No. It's a core program for the architecture and design students because although it focuses on nursing homes were a good way for the students to learn to deal with a particular client. So a lot of the learning outcomes are about how to do co-design with a client. And the School of Architecture was very supportive. So we and the University of the Sunshine Coast are the two universities so far, but I'm talking to everyone to try because that's my job as Oceania lead. So if you want to, after this webinar, talk to me, I'm happy to talk and reach out to Aaron as well.
well, Monash would be perfect because Pei Li runs Gerotech and they're involving older people. She sends the best articles to the ACAP bulletin about her work. So, I mean, I think it'd be a shoe-in.
Yeah, well, I will just say for people wanting to do this that sometimes it seems like a shoe-in, but you have to get the one thing that's a non-negotiable is you have to get the chair of the university, so the vice chancellor would be here, to sign off on the letter. So it's not just coming from one aging center, it's coming from the entire university. And so that is sometimes a sticking point. So yeah, so you have to really do a lot of talk with senior executives to get buy-in because otherwise, I did have one Australian university say to me, we're not interested in older people. Why would we be?
Yeah, Monash, Monash have the EDI initiative and they have quite established guideline, but something missing is the age-friendly part. I think I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
to convince the university and see how we could, include that element there. Yeah, I'm also very impressed with Helena's activities in your university. I have been to Hong Kong many times, but I have never visited your university, and I would love to visit one day to join part of the activities as well. I ran the intergenerational choir last year, and this year we have interesting project to modify the house with the older people, only for the low income group. Yeah, it's a co-design activities as well. Mm.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, good. I'm glad you'll be speaking.
Mhm.
And what about you, Dr. Park? You mean by Park, I know you're at Yonsei University, I believe.
Oh, thank you for mentioning me. So I don't expect that you mentioned me. But first of all, I'm sorry because I'm not good at speaking English because I was born in and raised in only Korea. So and uh anyway, uh hello everyone. I'm Myung-Bae Park, professor at Yonsei University at Department of Health Administration in South Korea. Uh, I'm happy to attend this seminar today and this time because this time is my university, Yonsei University campus has also submitted an application for membership in AFUGN this February, May, probably. I would like to continue to collaborate with the networks and today, I have learned many things in AFUZN and from the Professor Helena and University of Queensland and Hong Kong Chinese resource. I previously worked, probably you don't know, I previously worked at Peicei University in South Korea, which was the first university in Asia to join AFU Global Network. I mean, last years I moved from my previously university and moved to this university. Uh, I hope and no, sorry. If my universities join the AFU Global Network at this time, um, uh, uh, this is the for the first time in recent years, uh, being the first Korean university to join AFU-GN in the recent years and a second university in Korea. Anyways, I hope continuously and collaborate with its friendly university global network. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Park. Thank you. And can I call on Christy Nishita, Dr. Nishita? I think the University of Hawaii is preparing an application.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, we are preparing an application. There's a team of us, and we certainly feel like we have a lot of assets that we're building on at the University of Hawaii. Um, Not only our UH retirees, Ohana, but our Center on Aging and other programs that we collaborate on, Catherine. And then also in the community, age-friendly city efforts. I think the challenge that was brought up earlier is the need for a letter of support from the provost level. And that's what we're strategizing right now. Um, we got some buy-in from 6 of our deans so far, who are endorsing the efforts. So our next strategy, is getting to the provost level, which is challenging, of course, because of he's going to be leaving, and there's other federal lots of changes going on. So we're just trying to figure out our timing and our strategy for approaching him. But we do have buy-in from the deans, and of course, as you know, Catherine, at the University of Hawaii, we have lots of good things related to aging and intergenerational efforts going on already. So so we're not concerned about that piece. It's more about getting that letter of support. Excuse me.
Excellent. Well,
Catherine.
thank you very much. So I'm wondering if anyone else would like to ask a question to Ksorn. Yes, Ksorn.
And Yeah, my questions might go to others. I would like to know whether you have do some research to survey the university in the network. How strong do they apply the concept or everything into their university? Do you have any research on that?
We've done some looking at that through our membership database. We do have, one of our colleagues did do an assessment on how the institutions actually kind of conceptualize and develop them in a doctoral dissertation. Christine O'Kelly, who was involved in this early on. One of the things we hope to do in the future as we are continuing to gather data is to do some things like that, to look at how the specific examples of how some of these things are being integrated, particularly as we approach the 5-year renewal for some of our members, and we can actually go back and look and see like how they've advanced their work over the preceding time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because in Thailand we have ACAP, activation network, yeah, for the
Yeah,
ASEAN country, and the idea of the director of ACAP saying that they would like to have the AUN for aging, ASEAN
yeah,
University Aging Network, something like that. So we are invited to join them, but we haven't started to do anything. So
yeah,
when I hear from you about this, I think it's quite, we can apply and maybe we can do some connection with
yeah,
the your global network. I think it's
absolutely.
a good idea. So we keep in
Absolutely.
touch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Kasorn is
Kat.
from Thammasat University in Thailand. Very progressive as well.
Wonderful.
Okay, so we've come to the end of our hour. Are there any last minute thoughts? I did have requests for your PowerPoints and your emails.
Yeah.
So Aaron, or you just email me if you'd like, and I can put Jenna and I can put the package together. I do want to point out Jenna, who's my right-hand girl here, helping us. There she is. Give a wave. You might get to see her 4 cats if
Yeah.
you stay on long enough. Thank you, everyone. This was so fabulous. And I learned a lot, and I'm very excited about the University of Hawaii's application as well.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I would say, just for those of you who are thinking about it, I do think that, that we have the requirement of the higher body just because we do want it to be a university buy-in. But what we really have found is that just reaching out and explaining that many leaders are very interested in supporting these efforts. We haven't had anyone tell us no yet. So thank you all for having us. It's been great to talk with you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much.
everyone.